everybody, it's Guiding Halo. This is going to be your daily hope for Wednesday the 15th. I hope you're all doing well. Let's see what comes out from Spirit today. My energy has been low and I don't know if I've caught a little bug or something, or the energy is just transversing through me at a fast rate. Something's going on, man, because do I feel the shift. I'm not sure what's going on astrologically. I haven't listened to any astrologers lately. Assertive, Cougar. In silence you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Look at that. How beautiful. I'm going to just make sure the camera is correct here. A little better. Maybe. Trying to make sure it's straight, but it's hard to do when the camera is up high like that. Anyways, there's your first card. Second card. So maybe there's something someone out there is trying to make sure is straight, but maybe you're taking a too close view or having a very minute view on something instead of an eagle-eye vision. Could be something about maybe you have too much of an eagle-eye vision and you need to get a little closer to see what's going on. So you have to take that as it resonates. That's interesting. Trying to get something straight. What are we trying to get straight? How to be assertive and have utilization of grace at the same time. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Beautiful. So, that's interesting. So how do we find the balance between being assertive or being graceful? Now, I had this conversation when I did a personal growth session today with somebody about the divine feminine and divine masculine, and how I almost see that I used to think that more of a divine masculine person needs somebody who's more in the divine feminine energy, because how can you have the two working together cohesively? But I actually think with a lot of masculines and feminines rising in vibration, there's a definite need for understanding that like attracts like. And when you're dealing with more of a masculine type energy, having to take care of everything in a day, like for my feminines, and doing all of that sort of thing on your own and standing in your own power, really rising past Empress energy and more adopting the side of Emperor energy, it's almost like you need somebody who swings more to the Emperor energy side in order to relate to them so that they can relate to the need or the desire you have to do what it is you're doing. Yeah, it was something like that. It was very interesting anyway. And then feminines who are in the very feminine, pardon me, I've been having throat issues all day today. And the feminine energy, oh, pardon me, are looking for someone who understands them. Who, it's not like they want someone to take care of them or to do whichever, but they want somebody who understands their need to be how they are. So I think right now there's a lot of people who are looking for like their mirror reflection, which is why there are so many soulmates, and if you want to call it divine masculine and divine feminines that are coming together. But when they do come together, it's almost like they are two divine masculines or two divine feminines. And I think in the readings, it's been coming out a lot lately where the readings are all about the feminine energy, so it's really hard to distinguish in a reading who's who, because the energies are all very similar. And I could say this is about coming into balance, but I don't know that it's about coming into balance. I actually think it's about going off kilter a little bit to find balance in your masculine energy, or going off kilter a little bit with somebody who is exact mirror version of you to find balance in your feminine energy. And a lot of relationships in time separate when one goes to the masculine more so and one goes to the feminine more so. Yeah, it's interesting though. It's been for me lately in understanding a complete flip of the script, if you will, about this whole thing and understanding the energies that are going on right now. It's been very interesting. That much I will say. All right. All right. Let's use the Universe Has My Back deck. I love this deck so much. I'll pull 2 cards from it and then 2 cards from the Super Attractor deck. All right, Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go. You know what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So, you see, that's exactly what that's talking about, leaning on the certainty and faith that you have. And it's about having the courage to lean towards the certainty and the faith that you have. Oneness is my true nature. So see, it's about being one in this energy, one with the energy that you are, with the energy that is source, all of those sorts of things. And here we have the same card popping out as yesterday. My vibes speak louder than my words. Yeah, they do. That's interesting, and it's coming out on grace. It's coming out where grace is concerned. You who glides across the waters of my soul, your vibes. Your soul is vibing here. Bring me your wisdom and light. So there's a connect that your soul wants to have with a vibrational element that it's almost like a few days back I was talking about trying to grasp something, and there's this reaching towards and this grasping, trying to reach towards it, but there's some wisdom and something where there's a fractured energy, or I do a lightning bolt kind of fractured energy based on the lack of understanding how to step into transformation in all of this energy that's going on. Help me transform into elegance and grace. So how do I be masculine or feminine and transform everything, the energies that are going on, and still be courageous, still be graceful when my vibes are speaking louder than my words? Like, there's a certain amount of absolutely just trust. When I lean on the certainty and faith, I change my world, change my mind about the world I see. So it's not the one or the other, it's the combining of all. And it's not all the just that's within you or the just that's within another. It's you, spirit, and another. It's like a triad of awesome sauce. So inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Inspire me to see that this power here, this dignity, this strength, this everything, it's graceful to have courage, understanding that in courage and in strength and in being silent and not speaking out, there's so much power in that. Regardless of what the energies are, regardless, it's about coming into one with yourself, with spirit, with another, with your tribe, with everybody, all coming into one. It's like oneness. See how this is like a circle, like the earth. It's like the whole earth, even the whole solar system coming into a beautiful oneness and an understanding of all the energies that are going on. Obstacles or detours in the right direction. So what obstacle has happened here in your understanding? What obstacle has happened, or something you thought was going to be great, and it was an obstacle that kind of dovetailed you in a different thought process, a different way of adopting the energy that you have, or a different way of working with it. There's something about grasping. I'm getting grasping at straws here. I believe the understanding's a lot easier than what I'm trying to convey it to you as. Yeah, okay. They just told me it's because it's not even something I myself understand yet. So it's really hard to teach it. But you guys, they're saying that I don't understand the words to put to it yet. I understand the feeling and the vibration, which you guys will as well. So not to worry about that. Oh, so they just told me tomorrow or Thursday. All right then. I guess there's something that has to happen, see, in my world that's an obstacle, turns out, into a detour in the right direction for me to come into oneness and understand why my vibes are exactly where they are, but to lean on the certainty and faith, because it will change my mind about the world I see. I am the dreamer of my dreams. Oh, now, see, I get here. I say I'm going to pull from the other deck, and I just start pulling. I honor how I want to feel. Happiness is my birthright. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what will manifest. Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. So maybe there's a huge amount of releasing here for people, for everybody, for the mass consciousness, for the whole world, releasing how we used to deal with energy, how we used to feel the need to be assertive and to take mass action to so many different things. I think it's almost like an exhale. I don't know if you guys or any of you are so empathic or feel energy so intently that you actually feel the earth breathe as I do sometimes. I'm sure you must. I cannot be the only person out there who actually has been sitting just even quietly, and it's been so calm and so quiet that all of a sudden you connect with the earth, and you feel like the Gaia is breathing, and you can feel it. And it's good to feel good. Yes, it feels good because it puts us in touch and innate, how do we say? It is grounding above all grounding that you could ever experience. And it feels really good. See, so there's something about this energy here. It's like waiting to exhale, grasping at straws. It's like waiting for the breath the release of just the energy. It's like we're waiting for Gaia to exhale. We're waiting for this energy that's going on even in the outer world right now we're waiting to exhale on it. But it's not about going back or having things as they used to be, even in this energy, whatever energy this is for your world. It's about getting used to the new, but understanding that there will be new understanding based on the new energies we're having. So once that new understanding is reached and those words come through, then it's almost like that is your new normal, and it's easy to accept because we can put the words to the energy that's going on. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. So there's something really about listening, about feeling right now, listening, certainty, faith, feeling the vibration of what oneness, understanding that oneness is our absolute true nature, in awe of that magnificent guidance that's available to me. So the Divine's got something on shock and awe here for us. Well, yeah, for all of us, because it's like when you are in tuned, and not even all the time, but even a couple times during the day, that small intunement really brings about a leveling up and a connecting to things on such a deeper level, which is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pull an oracle card for in here. Which oracle card would you like me to use? Okay. I don't use these ones though. Well, then you need to. Everyday Miracles. This is by Holly Holden. It's kind of more of a religious deck. Okay, it's by Hay House. I am as God created me. Well, I'm sorry. They just told me I should have read that. You should have read the back of that card. I am as God created me. Goodness. Bossy much today. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. So there's nothing that the energies within cannot do, cannot create through your vibration, through all of these sorts of things. Your holiness reverses all the laws of the world. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, distance, and limits of any kind. So when we're working with the laws of the world, laws of government, laws of whichever, we're not talking about the laws of the universe. We're talking about laws of the world here. Keep that in mind. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, and distance, and limits of any kind. There is no limitlessness. There's no limits that can stop what has been put into the world. Let miracles replace all grievances. What you were upset about, what you were feeling frustrated with, all of those sorts of things. Let miracles come in place. And I believe that's what that card was about praying for what's best for all, not for a specific outcome. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. So how do you forgive when there's so much leftover energy? And this is where it comes about, not forgiving others, but perhaps even, have you ever thought of your grievance isn't necessarily with people on the planet? Your grievance possibly is with the divine, because there was this energy of certainty and faith. There was trust, there was oneness, there was vibes, there's all of this stuff, and we trust the divine. And then when the obstacle comes, we hold the people in the world upset, or are upset towards the people that are in the situation. And perhaps the reason we can't let go of the regret and let go of the pain and let go of the upset is because our grievance actually isn't with the people, it's with the divine. So asking them, wait a second, why didn't you let this work out in my favor? I know you got this and all, I understand that, but I'm mad at you. Maybe it's about getting real with how it is we feel with the divine. And when we are honest about our feelings, even with the divine, there is still, the only thing that is there is love for you. Yeah, wow. Well, the divine just spoke to me on that. So this really speaks to me. Yeah. It's about, I was saying for the last while, it's about forgiving self, which it is. But it's also, when we want to take responsibility for every little thing that happens, even if it's not in our control, and so we place blame on ourselves, which means we need to forgive ourselves, or we place blame on another, which means we feel we need to forgive them. There's no such thing as blame to the people that the divine are moving around. So perhaps the reason I myself in certain areas have not been able to come to forgiveness or understanding my vibrational rising and all of that sort of thing to a very deep extent is because the grievance could be with the divine as opposed to placing the grievance on people, you see. Knowing that the divine has you in every turn is one thing, but feeling they brought you into a circumstance and situation, for many people, when your heart gets broken or whatever happens, we tend to blame the people in the circumstance for it. But had those people had not made those decisions, the divine wouldn't have had the outcome they had. So perhaps, like I said, in setting everybody here that's in the circumstance and in the situation, who really has, we all have free will and we all have choice. And the divine works with what those choices are. But at the same time, the divine is also in control of the outcome. We can say, well, we chose this for our soul's growth before we got here. Well, just because our soul chose it before we got here to go through these lessons, it doesn't mean that the anger still isn't there. It doesn't mean that the frustration still isn't there. And even maybe in just saying to God or whomever you believe in as source, whichever it is for you, that, you know what, my grievance here is with you. I am not happy that you have done this, that I am in this circumstance. It's about having a 2-year-old temper tantrum as an adult with the divine and saying, listen, I'm pissed. And in doing so, it sets that energy free as well. And there's really then nothing to hold on to, is there? Because once the energy is set free, there's nothing to hold on to. In quiet, I receive God's word today. Source's word today, whatever you believe. True prayer must avoid the pitfall of asking to entreat. Ask rather to receive what is already given, to accept what is already there. So in saying to God or divine and source, you know, I'm angry at you because it didn't turn out the way it was supposed to, or the way my heart here in this 3D world right now wanted it to turn out, and I ended up getting hurt in the process, and I'm mad at you about it. You know, that's true prayer. It's not asking for anything. It's stating a feeling. It's stating a whichever. But to avoid the pitfall of asking to entreat yourself, ask rather to receive what is of the highest good for all and the highest good for you, what's already given, to accept what is already there. And isn't that hard? Because then there's no more fight. And we like to fight, don't we all? We like to fight for justice. We like to fight for what we believe we want. All of that sort of thing. It's truly about asking to accept what has already been given and what's already there. Do we need to change it to make it look better? A lot of times we feel we do. A lot of times we feel we do. But there's something here definitely. There is a grievance here, not just for me, but with others, with the divine, about how things have turned out in a circumstance or situation, whether it's work, family, whatever it is. And I just heard them say, you have the power to change it. But do you have the vibrational equivalency of what the change is? Because when you stay in the vibration of the problem, therefore you cannot go into the vibration of the solution. You've got to change that vibration. It's not about raising your vibration. It's about having a different level of understanding. And when you can put the words to the energy or the feelings you're feeling, that's when the change comes. That's when the change comes. I am sustained by the love of God. Put all your faith in the love of God within you. Eternal, changeless, and forever unfailing. This is the answer to whatever confronts you today. Look at that. Well, bam. Yep. Talk about release and resistance. And the thing is, you know, when you're angry with the divine, angry with God, whichever, they understand. They totally understand. If anybody will understand, it's them. Because they will understand exactly what you're going through here right now and the lessons your soul are meant to learn. Praying, and if you're going to ask, you can ask for understanding perhaps. Or no, just in trust that understanding will come. Somebody's not happy here with the divine. Now I'm getting at a deeper level of, like, holy crap, not happy. Like, I've tried the grace thing, I've tried the courage thing, I've tried to listen, I've tried all the stuff I listen to on tarot, I've tried all of this stuff. And yes, I know there's magnificent guidance, and yes, I have slowed myself to listen, but oh my good God, when is this going to lift? When is this going to change? Like, I feel like I've tried everything I can try. Come on. Put all your faith in the love of God within you, eternal, changeless, and forever unfailing. This is the answer to what confronts you today. All of your faith. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Well, look at that. Forever and unfailing. So it doesn't matter what's going on here. The love that is within you is forever and unfailing. So feeling lack of love, feeling like you've got to change everything in your world and your existence, feeling unhappy, is because you're not in touch with the love that's in you. And how do we get in touch with the love that's in you? By absolute radical acceptance. Which, I'm telling you, for this Virgo here, that shit's not easy. I'm just saying. Yep, maybe you need to have a big old temper tantrum with the divine. Tell them how you feel. If nothing else, to let it out. To let it all flow. That way, this huge energy shift that's going on, this triad, I keep getting a triad of coming togetherness can happen. I love you guys. I hope this resonates. I'll be talking to you again soon. Blessings.